Welcome to once again ABES Engineering College. Now here we are dealing objective-oriented programming with Java, and this topic is threads and threads life cycle, which is very important topic of this unit number 2. This is unit number 2. I have discussed already the overview of the unit number 2 in previous video. My name is Tarun Kumar Gautam, Assistant Professor, CSCDS. Now we start this topic from the multi-threads in Java. What is a multi-threads in Java? The multi-threading in Java is a process or executing the multiple threads simultaneously. Means the threads number one, threads number 2, threads number 3, thread number 4, they all are executing at the same time. This is called multi-threading in Java. The threads is basically a light-weighted sub-process and the smallest unit of the process. Multi-process and multi-threading both are used to achieve the multitasking. We want multitasking work. Multitasking work. How they will achieve? Multi-threading and multi-processing. They are both important part to execute multitasking work. The threads is basically lightweight and sub-process. Java multi-threading is mostly used in the games and animation programming. Okay. What is the advantage of Java multi-threading? First, we discuss first, second, and third. तो मैं first से start करते हैं. It does not block the user because threads are independent. The threads are independent. They are not blocking to each other. You can perform the multiple operation at the same time, which is very important line. You can perform multiple operation at the same time. This is called Java multi-threading. You can perform many operations together and save the time, which is very important part. Threads are independent. They are not interfered to each other when they are executing in a single thread. Threads are independent, so it does not affect each threads if exceptions occurs in a single thread. Okay, when the exception occurs in single threads, they will not interfere to each other. This is the advantage of Java multi-threading. In next topic, what is a thread in Java? Simple सी बात है, thread से होता क्या है threads? तो threads I have discussed. It is a weight light subprogram, smallest unit of the process. It is separate the part of the execution. First part. Threads are independent. If they occurs execution in one thread, it does not affect the threads, and it share the common memory area. Not at the same time one thread is executing one. Okay, it is threading the one at the same time. At same time they are executing one. That's called thread in Java. What is the life cycle of thread? This is called thread state. The life cycle of the threads in Java is controlled by the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. It controls thread cycle in Java. There are some stages of the life cycle. First is new, second is runnable, third is running, fourth is non-runnable, means block, and fifth is terminated, means finish. This is a state of the life cycle of thread, starting from the new and finished at the last time. You can see the picture and you can easily understand how they are working. This is first new, second is runnable, third is running, fourth is non-running, which is going in a loop, fifth is terminated. In first part, you can see the stage number first and second. There is a process. This is called start. Start is occurs when the new and runnable. The process is came from the new to runnable, so there we will use start. Then start to running, it's mean the process has been started in running, and running to the fourth part, that's called non-running and the block. And blocks will be communicated to runnable by the slip done, input output, complete, lock available, resume, and notify all. I have discussed already. There are two parts. One is notify all. When they get the notify and notify all, the lock will be open and they again come to the runnable state. It's mean their process are going in the runnable, running, and non-runnable, then again runnable and running and non-runnable. After the runnable, they get running, and running to communicate to non-runnable by the slip, block, input, output, wait for the lock and suspend and wait. After the running, they will terminate it. Simple. So you can say that it will go on the new, then runnable, then running, then non, runnable and terminate. In this state, there is important part is start. इसके अंदर कुछ नहीं है क्योंकि रनिंग से रनेबल आ रहा है, स्टार्ट हो गई है। पर रनिंग से जब वो नॉन रनेबल जाता है, ब्लॉक्ड, जिसे हम ब्लॉक्ड स्टेट कहते हैं, जिसको हम ब्लॉक्ड स्टेट कहते हैं, जो यहाँ पर होता है वो होता है एक तो हमारे पास स्लिप, दूसरा होता है ब्लॉक, इनपुट आउटपुट, तीसरा हमारे पास है वेट फॉर द लॉक, फोर्थ हमारे पास है वेट। तो दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ द रनिंग एंड नॉन रनेबल। व्हेन यू कैन सी दैट, व्हेन यू सी द नॉन रनेबल टू रनेबल, दिस पार्ट विल बी, मैं लिख देता हूं उसके अंदर, दिस पार्ट विल बी स्लिप डन, सेकंड इनपुट आउटपुट कंप्लीट, थर्ड थिंग लॉक अवेलेबल, मतलब इसका अपोजिट है। फोर्थ हमारे पास रिज्यूम, फिफ्थ हमारे पास नोटिफाई, नोटिफाई, नोटिफाई ऑल। This is a life cycle, it's a very simple life cycle. You can see that we have complete new, runnable, running, non-runnable, it's called log, and for this, fifth is terminated. This is life cycle. It's important, I have discussed in detail. Now you can see that we discuss one by one. In the new work, the thread is a new state. If you create an instance of the thread class, but before the innovation of the thread method. Okay, thread methods जब आप start से पहले करोगे तो start से पहले new start होता है। In second part, this enable the thread is running state after the invocation of the start method। जब आप इसको start method को invocate कर लेते हो, start कर लेते हो, but the thread scheduler is not selected। important point, this is important point, select scheduler हमारे पास स्टेट नंबर थर्ड में आता है। ओके, गॉट इट। इसके अंदर हमारे पास थ्रेड शेड्यूलर आता है थर्ड पार्ट में, ना कि सेकंड पार्ट के अंदर। The threads in enable state after invocation the method start, but the thread schedule is not selected till to be running the thread, which is very important line. In third part, the next part in running, the threads is running state if the thread scheduler has been selected। जब उसको select कर लेता है उसके बाद running होता है। In fourth part, no runnable and blocked, this is a state when the threads is still live but the current not eligible to run, important। In fifth part, terminated, the threads is terminated or that state when the run method exit। So these are the threads life cycle I have discussed in detail by the diagram and by the concept point। Okay, I hope you have got it। This is a reference you can take for more knowledge। Thank you।